What's more terrifying than going into Fort Narith solo with a full kit? Going in with only a single suppressed Glock that only kills enemies with a headshot, and even that isn't guaranteed. You might be wondering, why are we going back to Fort Narith? Well, Lab Rat needs us to find some medical records, and Gunny needs an interrogation transcript supposedly stashed in the barracks. I wanted to get in and out as quietly and quickly as possible, so what better way to do it than carrying nothing but a single suppressed Glock and a couple of grenades. By the way, this was a terrible idea, and I do not recommend anyone to try this because these pistols suck. Before we jump into the mission, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to show us some love and hit that like button. Now, let's get into it. For this mission, I decided to land over Delta 2, giving me a clear view of the entrance to the barracks, but the closer I got, the more uneasy I felt. I spotted a couple guards at the gate entrance, and a lone guard on the bridge, who somehow spotted me right away. As he moved around, I kept trying to line up a shot with my no magnification red dot. If you've ever used the pistols in grayzone, you know how awkward and difficult it is to line up those shots on moving targets. A few more shots, and I finally took him out. By now, I knew my presence was known, and things were about to get crazy. I peeked over the ridge and immediately took a round to the chest. I took cover under the bridge, tended to the wound, and popped back out. Only to see one guard charging at me. A couple of shots, and I finally found his face. Down he went. The next guard thought it would be funny to test my tracking skills. Little did he know, I was just playing with him. As soon as he stopped, I put one right between his eyes. But I think it was all part of a plan, because another guard flanked me. With no good cover to re-engage, I decided this was the perfect time to disengage and regain my footing. I ended up taking a shot, but after some bandaging, a mag check, and popping a few painkillers, I was back on my way. This time, I headed to the far west fence, knowing there was a hole in it that would make a perfect entry point. Another guard down. But not without another one seeing what just happened. Warning shots started coming towards my position just as I dropped him. I peeked back in to assess the situation. Two guards were slowly working their way toward me. I put a couple of rounds into the first one and dropped him. The second guard kept inching closer, making it hard for me to get a good angle. I stepped back for a second, re-peeked, and down he went. For the most part, it looked like I had made my entry. I then entered the first barrack, searching for anything worth grabbing. I found a nice frag grenade and a red dot sight, and finished up in that barracks. As I started moving towards the second barracks, I spotted another guard as soon as I was reaching the doorway. I missed the headshot and ended up shooting him about 10 times in the body, which did absolutely nothing with this Glock and 9mm ammo. I opted for a grenade, hoping it would end the firefight. But it did absolutely nothing. Then I got a surprise round right to the back. I spun around, tapped the guard behind me, then quickly turned back around and took out the original guard. Another couple down, more painkillers, a tourniquet, and it was time to find a safer place to do some quick surgery. Just as I finished up, another guard opened the door and got a 9mm surprise right to the face. With the coast clear, it was time to enter the second barracks, where I believe the interrogation transcript was located. I entered room 102 and there it was, sitting right on the table, along with a nice little AK I found in a container left in the room. With the first mission completed, I took a quick drink to rehydrate from all those pain meds. Then made my way out to the medical tent just outside the barracks. Everything around it was clear, so I headed over, and there they were. The medical records the lab rat needed, sitting right on the desk. With the medical records and interrogation transcript secured, it was time to make our way out of the compound. Knowing more guards had probably seen the dead bodies near the hole in the fence, I knew it might get a little hot around that area. One guard was on the lookout, and all it took was a single tap to take him out. I then started working my way to another hole in the wall, where I knew the threat level would be a lot lower. As I approached, I saw a single guard watching it. A quick and quiet kill, and we were almost home free. We made it out of the compound with a few scrapes and bruises, but overall in pretty good shape. I called for evac, and now it's time to get this intel back to Lab Rat and Gunny. Another mission accomplished. Now, who knows where we'll end up, but I guarantee there'll be a new mission here soon, and I'll see you guys then. Until then, stay safe.